About a year ago, I decided to install a performance cam in the C6. And at the same time, I put together a series of videos on how to rationally select a cam that's appropriate for your Corvette, and more importantly, how you use it. That last sentence is key because cam selection basically comes down to how much time you'll be spending at low RPMs, mid RPMs, and upper RPMs. And if you missed that video, there's a link to it right up here. So after thinking about my situation for just a little bit, it was really clear that I use the C6 on the street 99% of the time, which means I'll be at the low and middle RPMs 99% of the time. That having been said, just about every time I drive the C6, I tend to hammer it at least once all the way up to 6,800 RPMs. But even so, that only equates to about 1% of the time. So with all of that in mind, I decided on this performance cam from Summit Racing. It gives up just a little bit of power down low in exchange for a fair bit of power up high, and at the same time, the mid-range torque stays about the same. I have done a few videos since I installed this cam, and since then a lot of people have been asking how is the drivability, and of course, would I recommend this cam? But first, there is one aspect of this cam that I must admit I didn't put any thought in whatsoever up front when selecting the cam, because in my mind it's simply a byproduct of performance cams, and that aspect is the sound. Everyone that has gone for a ride in the C6 or has been around when I've started it has commented that it sounds fantastic. I even made a YouTube short where I compare the cammed LS2's sound to that of my buddy's cammed LS7, and that video has been very well received as well. LS2 powered, C6, cammed, long tube headers. It doesn't sound much better than that.
You think? You sure about that?
Why do you want to pee in my cornflakes like that, Ben?
Sorry, man. You can't disrespect the LS7.
So exactly what stage is the Summit cam that I selected is probably the most common question I get asked, and the answer is, it depends on who you ask. If you look at Texas Speed's website, my camshaft falls pretty close to their Stage 2 LS2 cam. If you look at Cam Motion's website, my specs are really close to their Titan 4 LS1 cam, and if you look at Brian Tooley's website, it's very close to their Stage 3 LS2 cam. So in my humble opinion, the word stage is way too generic because it's not standardized in any way. So I tend to focus on the duration of the cam, the lobe separation angle, the overlap, and of course the valve lift. The second most common question I get is, how is the drivability of the C6 with this cam installed? And that is a great question because if you get too greedy and go with too big of a cam, your new love of how your engine sounds will quickly fade away and be replaced by what a pain in the ass your C6 has become to drive in everyday situations. Now, after upgrading the camshaft in your C6, quite a bit of your Corvette's drivability is going to depend upon the skill level of your tuner, but even if you have the best LS tuner on the face of the planet, at some point a camshaft's specs are just simply too aggressive, and it's not realistic to think that drivability down in the lower RPM range is going to be anything but annoying when you're driving around town. So to answer the question, the camshaft that I bought is, in my opinion, about as aggressive as I'd want to go for a manual transmission C6 or C5 for that matter, if it's mainly going to be used on the street. Now, let's go for a spin. Here's a cold start, as you can see by the coolant temperature gauge. It is a little bit cold-blooded, so I have learned to give it about 30 seconds or so to warm up before taking off. As you can see, it does quite well in the lower RPM range as I slowly and courteously leave my neighborhood. As I cruise down the road at part throttle and at very light load, I've learned to keep it in a gear that allows me to be at about 1500 RPM or higher. This prevents that low RPM chop effect that we all love from being able to cause any sort of bucking. In this next clip, I intentionally have the engine at about 1200 RPMs at very light throttle, and you can clearly hear some light bucking. That bucking effect can completely be avoided by simply downshifting into the next lowest gear, or if I accelerate just a little bit by giving it a little bit more throttle, or if I happen to be going up even just a slight incline and have to push the throttle just a smidge more. So for a C6 with a manual transmission, or even a C5 for that matter, I would give this cam 2 thumbs up. Just pretend that there's 2 thumbs right there. If your C6 or C5 has an automatic transmission and you'd like to use this camshaft, I would suggest installing a torque converter with about a 3200 RPM stall speed, and that should make it very enjoyable for driving on the street. The last question is, if I could somehow magically pull out the cam that I had just put in and put in a different one with slightly different specs, would I? Probably not, unless the next modification I were to make to the LS2 was to supercharge it. In that case, I probably would have backed off on the duration of the cam by just a little bit. That's going to do it for this one, guys. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.